Once upon a time in Asgard, the mighty god Thor was bored and craved an adventure. He decided to visit the Jotunheimr, the realm of giants, with his clever uncle Loki and their servant Thialfi. They traveled through a dark forest and found a cave to sleep in for the night. Strange noises woke them, and in the morning they discovered the cave was a giant's glove. This giant was named Skrymir, and he was incredibly large. Skrymir easily carried their food, but when Thor tried to open the food bag that night, he found it impossible. Frustrated and angry, Thor struck Skrymir with his powerful hammer 3 times, but Skrymir merely stirred, thinking it was nothing more than leaves falling on him. The next morning, Skrymir left them, and they reached the halls of Utgard, where the giant king Útgarða-Loki mocked them and challenged them to some contests, as they had to prove their skills. First up was the eating contest. Loki claimed he could eat faster than anyone, and faced off against Loki. Loki devoured his food quickly, but Loki consumed not only the food but the bones and plates too. Loki had lost. Next, Thialfi, renowned for his speed, was set to race against Hugi. Thialfi ran as fast as he could, but Hugi was much faster and won easily. Finally, it was Thor's turn. Útgarða-Loki gave him 3 challenges. First, Thor had to drink from a large horn. He drank as much as he could, but the liquid barely went down. Thor was confused and upset. For the second challenge, Thor had to lift a giant cat. He tried his best, but could only lift one of its paws off the ground. Útgarða-Loki laughed, but Thor kept trying. The final challenge was to wrestle an old woman named Ellie. Thor used all his godly strength, but the old woman was too strong. Thor fell and was defeated. The next morning, when the mighty Aesir's full of embarrassment of a shameful defeat leave the hall, Útgarða-Loki reveals the truth. The giant Skrymir was Útgarða-Loki in disguise. He had used powerful magic to shield himself from Thor's hammer blows. Loki's opponent, Logi, was not a man but a wildfire that consumed everything in its path. Thialfi had raced against Hugi, who was the embodiment of thought, the fastest thing in existence. Thor's drinking horn was magically connected to the ocean, and he had nearly drained the entire sea. The cat was the Midgard serpent, Jörmungandr, and lifting even one of its paws was incredible. The old woman Ellie represents old age itself, which no one can beat.